sir.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good
I
afternoon.
have a question for you.
You have a question for me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's your name first?
My name is Joseph, actually.
Your name is Joseph. Okay, go ahead.
In our society today, I think addiction is a major problem in our society.
Addiction.
Yeah, I want to ask if how can we solve it?
Okay. Well, if you are talking about addiction, is this thing on the record?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good. If we are talking about addiction, you see, addiction is a trend in our society, and when it comes to dealing with the society majorly, you need to know what addiction is all about. You see, addiction is what youth do these days, and we either have the substance form addiction or behavioral kind of addiction. When we talk about substance form, are you with me? When you talk about substance form, then it has to do with, you know, taking something in, like hard drugs. Of course, in our society, we know of Igbo and a whole lot. And when we talk about behavioral addiction, there we talk about internet use disorder. We talk about so many other things, food, and so many things. So now, I don't know which part of it do you want exactly as a question.
I think the joke part actually. I think the joke majorly the both, if you can say actually.
Okay, if I'm going to start from the drug part, then I'll make it very clear that you see, drug, majorly, people that go into drug, they don't just start engaging in drug. They enter into drug because somebody introduced them to it. Like for example, now let's go to our society. This trending one, which is they call it Canadian loud. You see, when you see Canadian loud, that people usually call colos. Canadian loud is influenced by from a peer of group to another peer of group. A friend introducing another friend into it, and it is incorporated by the fact that one person develops interest first, then brings in another person into it. And in our society today, all we are advocating against is that this trend is negative and it can stop. Recently somebody messaged me and sent me a message and said, "Sir, I have been into drug addiction for about 8 years now." My first question is, "How old are you?" And he said, "I am 24." Meaning he started drug at 16. So now, and I asked him, "How did you start?" He said, "My cousin, which I stay with, takes all manner of, drugs like smoking. The one, he said there's one they puff or something. So I was like, "Do you know the name?" He said no, that he has not tried that. That is too strong for him and he's scared of it. I said, okay. Now, judging from that perspective, he started it because somebody introduced him to it, or he saw somebody that stood as an example. So he saw an exemplary figure, and all he could do was to key in. So peer pressure or peer group in that aspect has lured him into taking drugs. And you see, drug can be so complicating in our society today, to the extent that when you try this drug, it now looks like you want to graduate to the next stage. You take the more hard one, the one that at this stage you tend to look like this one is no longer working effectively. You want to take. And why do people even take drugs? They think drugs make them high. Drugs take them to a higher level, a level at which they feel more comfortable, that they are no longer seeing things the way we see it. So I'm thinking that if these are the reasons why people take drugs, we need to bring to their notice that the danger these drugs do to them is terrible than the pleasure they get from it. It only deals with the dopamine of the system. The dopamine system tends to just derive pleasure from it, and the senses of the brain tend to get addicted to it at the same time. And when the senses of the brain get addicted to it, they 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 are they tend to have difficulty trying to stop. So my advice to everyone out there that is addicted to drug is that drug kills faster than the pleasure or gain it gives.
Now, please, can I ask, if I may ask, if you see someone that actually takes drugs, like drug that is very stronger than him, how do you think you can imply him for him to stop the drugs?
Oh, well, I think the major issue here should not be drug stronger than the person. It should be why take drug. You get why take drug? Because drug has no benefit in their system than it kills their cells quickly. So why now take these drugs when you can abstain from it, right? So I'm saying we don't have to see you take hard drugs before we tell you to stop. It shouldn't be when we see them with hard drugs, that's when we can advise them to stop. So my premonition here is that why take the drug in the first place, rather than saying my advice should be when they now take hard drug. The thing is, abstain from it completely. No need to take it. It's health derailing. Health is not health friendly, and people that take these drugs, funny enough, they struggle to stop. They don't even know how to stop. So that's why I'm telling you that you can stop. We have so many methods for you to stop. So you can reach out to me. Click the link button to reach out to me. You will see a number. Click it. Reach out to me. I'll be able to help. Give them, strong advices, one-to-one. And I'm sure that when we give advices like this, it helps people. In fact, I have countless cases of how they reached out. But you see, the problem is people are addicted to this drug. They don't want to speak up. So, but I think the moment they speak up, that's where their breakthrough starts. So my advice to them is that once they see that they are addicted to these drugs, they should speak up. Because the moment they speak up, that's where their breakthrough starts. The mouth is for speaking. The moment you speak, that's when you get enough solution to help you. So drug is not a debatable fact. It's a killer. It's a syndrome that we should crop. It shouldn't be allowed to persist, right? Because the moment it persists, that's how much it becomes deadening to the soul. So I think the right way to go about it is that they should abstain from it and not wait for advice when they get addicted. So, and for those that are already addicted, they can reach out for help, right? So, do you have any other question?
About the internet addiction.
Internet addiction.
Yeah.
Okay, you see, when we talk about addiction to the internet, the internet has its pros and cons. Yes, it has its good advantage and disadvantage. We can be addicted to the positive advantages. Of course, we have people that stay on the internet and, from pornography, they end up into masturbation. But that's not my focus here today, because my focus is internet has beautiful content to give if they can stay on the content positively. Why should I in another way talk about the negative internet, the negative part that internet plays is that some people are already addicted to the negative part. Some people can be on the phone for 20 hours in a day. Internet has made some people so jobless, so they say that they now come out to beg just because they are keen to internet, whatsoever we can call it. They are on internet 24/7. They don't have time for themselves. They are not adding value to themselves. All they do from internet is move from one what's it called, link site to another, get one link to another, to the end that there are pages online that you only contact nude pictures. You get people. You see sometimes when you try to go to some site, you see connect with women around you, connect with sexy women around you, connect with only women around you. Some people, they don't have this stronghold over themselves to the extent that immediately they see these things, they just key to it. And the moment they key to it, it's the danger it creates to them, you know, it's so severe on them that they now find it difficult to come out because they've clicked a wrong link and it has taken them to a wrong site. The wrong site has now imposed, it has superimposed them in a wrong way. And as we speak, many are in this cobweb. If it's not addiction, then it is so many other vices online. So my advice to them is that stay on internet positively, avoid the negative part. And if the negative part has swindled over you, you can reach out for help, because we are here to help you, guide you, and give you more steps to escape. So I don't know if you still have any other question.
I don't have any other question, but I really appreciate your time. So
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. Thank you.